and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might move them far from their border.
That's right. They got sold unto the Grecians, as in Esau Edom at that time, because who was being represented as the Grecians? Alexander and his people. They had conquered Greece at this point. So you got Edomites now calling themselves Grecians. So when speaking on that, who was sold unto the Grecians? Israel. You sold unto you Edomites. Go ahead, brother.
God says, Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Con. That recompense is coming for you. Esau most definitely coming for you. And you other nations, you gonna get it too, man. You know, there really ain't no way around it. You can't just get out of it. You know what I mean? You can't just wish it away. You can go and read John 3:16 as much as you want to, but that ain't gonna get you. You know, that ain't gonna get you out of the punishment that's coming for you. Because Jake is gonna get that ass. You know, one way or another. There's no other way for you to go. You know, take it up with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? I'm just jump off what you just said, brother. Lamb back real quick and go to Job 9:24, because you just said how you just read how they had rulership then. Mm-hmm. Hey man, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. All right, this is Job 9:24. The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, then where and who is he? All right, you Edomites, you are the devil that the so-called that the Bible speaks of. Salakia, that the so-called devil that the Bible speaks of is Esau Edom, aka the white man. Right. And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? You can get as mad as you want to get and huff and puff and be upset and block our channel and block our live shows and try to really attack the truth, but that's the truth. There's no way for you to really jump around that. Prove that the so-called white man isn't Esau Edom without coming up trying to find that y'all are that Esau Edom or the so-called white man is a Japhet. Mm-hmm. Or Ishmael. Because you're not Ishmael and you're not Japhet. You Edomites are not either one of those nations. Okay.
And the Bible says, Esau ruled his dominion with the sword.
That's right.
Who's in whose country right now?
Man, who's in every country around the world?
Right. There's no Arabs that
with an army base
bases in every country, or like you just said,
army base, military base, everywhere you go. They don't, man. It don't match up. Which is why all you other clowns, you don't have a solid doctrine, man. You just make shit up. You don't do your research. You don't read your scriptures, because if you was reading your scriptures, then you should know these things. But that's a whole other topic, I guess. You got some more on that, brother? You're at where right about? Okay, Con. Yeah, until about 12, brother, and then we can go to jump to something else.
Okay, and it says, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Commenting when it's talking about the Gentiles, that's a word of it's a duality. It's like it has multiple meanings. When you go into the lexicon and the etymology of the word Gentile, you have like 7, maybe more different definitions that it was translated from the Latin and the Greek into Old English. And that's what we're looking at. So when you see at this point, what is the word Gentile referring to? Well, the word is cast out like a net, like a fisherman would, into all the Gentiles, all the strangers of the nations of the world. Because the Lord knows that all his people, like we just read a few verses above that, were spread amongst all the nations of people. Okay. So the Gentiles also meaning the strangers of Israel. Okay. You know what I mean? The confusions of face. The people that may look like a heathen nation, whatever nation that may be, but are really by bloodline Israelites.
That's right.
Then you also have the duality of the word Gentile, meaning the sons of men,
Right.
the other nations.
Right. And read it just one more time, brother, because, I mean, if you really understand what's being said, that's a powerful statement that's being made right there.
Come on. It's this is Joel the 3rd chapter, verse 8. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah.
See, so you people who sold the nations of Israel, you're going to be sold, your people are going to be sold into the hand of Judah. Which means, more or less, to be incredibly blunt, you Edomites are going to be sold to the hand of who you have called nigga and Negroes. Okay? You're going to be sold unto Judah, man. You have there's nothing you can do, man. You get sold into captivity the same way that you sold Jake into captivity. All right? Your families and your sons and daughters and wives and husbands are going to be broken up and split up and sold and done with whatever Jake wants to do with them. All right? Except for that fruit shit, because we ain't about that. All right?
It says, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war.
Prepare war, man. Prepare war amongst you Gentiles. And that time is upon us, man.
Time.
You know, World War III is like, man, you know, it's to the point where when you're having a nigga moment and you just waiting for the first nigga to do something stupid. That's where World War III is sitting at. You know, it's a Mexican standoff, as people like to say. You know, it's a Mexican standoff. You got this dude pointing a gun at this dude, who's pointing a gun at this dude, with this dude pointing a gun at both dudes. You know, and who does the dumb shit first? That's where we're at this point. You know, it's bound to happen. That's unavoidable at this point. Just like the chip is. The chip gonna spread like wildfires and become the new coolest fucking thing going. You know, they're gonna push it. They're gonna make rap songs about it. It's gonna be they're gonna sell T-shirts with it on there. It's gonna be ridiculous, man. The way they push this fucking shit. And Jake, getting to that point, man, where it's gonna be time for you to draw that line in the sand. We're gonna find out what a lot of people really about. Go ahead, brother. Got some more on that?
Yeah, it says, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And, you know, by wake up, it means like the Lord is rising that spirit of warfare on the world right now.
That's right.
I mean, before this, you had the Cold War, which kind of de-escalated into where we're at now. A lot of people thought World War III would happen back then.
That's true.
They thought those nuclear bombs would go off and all that type of stuff. But it de-escalated. So what does it mean by wake up? The Lord is basically, essentially pouring his spirit of warfare, because the Lord is a man of war. Refer to Exodus, the 15th chapter, the 3rd verse or so. That the Lord is a man of war, and so is his son, who the world calls Jesus Christ, being Yahushua, is coming back, and they're inciting this war.
Right.
They're inciting this devil, Donald Trump, to pull these sanctions out of his ass on Russia, and vice versa with Russia.
That's right.
All these countries are being gathered into this mosh pit to basically be escalated. Like you said, who's going to pull the dumb shit first?
And that house divided, man. You know, because essentially, you know, most of them Russians and these elite Edomites or these American Edomites, y'all really the same people. You know, y'all just can't vibe. And y'all gonna kill. You know, y'all gonna nuke each other to cause it. And that's the spirit of the devil anyway. Used to be like, you know what? Well, fuck y'all. Well, fuck y'all. Well, we're brothers. Well, we're gonna nuke you, bitch. And that's just, you know, it's just like the devil, man, to get down like that. Just stab their brother in the back. But the hell with you, Edomites, man. Y'all had y'all opportunity, man. Fuck the whole world up.
It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Right, man. And these other nations, these smaller nations, these nations that used to, man, you got the Philippines saying, fuck America, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Philippines talking about fuck America. We don't care. You know, I'm trying to remember their little president, Duarte. Duarte. I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly, but somewhere along the lines of that. But he's like, man, fuck America, man. America's on some bullshit. All they do is kill black people and kill the Hispanics and kill the natives, and that's it. Bunch of rape, robbers, and murderers. It's the same thing that we be saying. And if the fact of the matter is, you Edomites can get as mad as you want to get on CNN. You can get as mad as you want to get on Fox News, on all your little false media outlets. And this, we don't do this to attack no media outlets, even though y'all full of shit anyway. But y'all ain't telling people the truth, man.
Right.
Flat out. Y'all folks want to get mad, but hey, who does these atrocities, man? Esau.
Mm-hmm.
Esau does all the atrocities you can think of, man. Fucking with the weather, whatever the fuck bad is going on in the world, whatever type of wickedness you can imagine, Esau got his fingers in it, man. That's just how it is. And Jake trying to do whatever it is the best. That's just how Esau's designed this fucking prison, this little cage they got around Jake in America, man.
And also, when it says beat your plowshares into pruning hooks, right now the world is in a status of peace.
That's right.
They created this thing called the United Nations, and you have the Geneva
Convention.
Convention, yeah.
Yeah. Which has been violated actually about 3 or 4. Well, I'll say many times should be the answer. But it's been, violated in the eyes of the world about maybe 8 or 9 times in the last few months, and people ain't done a damn thing about it. So it shows you how much this shit is gonna happen. World War III is going to kick off because I ain't trying to burst out into rage on people because of stupidity, but there's no logical way for America to even continue without war. Right. They don't have no other choice at this point. It has to happen. They need it to even survive. So they'll kick this shit off with anybody. Mm-hmm. It don't matter if it's China, Russia, North Korea, Spain, whoever they got to do some dirty shit to kick off some type of event, to blame something on somebody, they're going to do it. That's what you got to understand about Esau. It's not about who the enemy is or whoever the fuck they tell you does this false flag or this false flag. The point is that's what's going to happen.
Right. And you can see it's prophesied right now because this is literally happening. We're watching the transition of the world being in a status of peace,
right,
into a status of war.
Of war and chaos.
Over the last few years, like when I was brought in this truth, we were doing stuff, or America was doing stuff, the world was doing stuff. But I know specifically the last 2 years, when you guys brought me in the truth, the stuff that these countries have been doing, placing military assets and political
these motherfuckers playing risk out here, man.
And they're just doing stuff that shows that they're not planning for peace anymore.
That's right.
We were in a status of economic success. They have this capitalism where everybody is taught in America to go spend money, go spend. We're all just money, like everything's a merchant. I mean, even in the Bible, it refers to America as that great merchant city.
Right.
So we're transitioning from that merchant city into a status of warfare with these powerhouses, like the brother was saying, with China and Russia. It says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Oh man, that's what the Lord. That's what the Lord's doing, man. I mean, these countries have a common interest in the Middle East. They have physical assets like oil and drugs. A lot of people don't want to recognize, but America utilizes places like Afghanistan and these Middle Eastern countries for heroin. Like I mentioned, they want to implement a puppet government into their political structure so that the International Monetary Fund or the Euro bankers can have a say. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, they can all have a say in that government. In fact, I read somewhere recently that there's only like 3 or 4 countries that don't have a Rothschild or central bank involved in their country. And that's exactly what the Lord's doing. He's bringing all these nations in together in a common interest. You have NATO and America coming in saying there's terrorism, there's this, we need to be involved in these countries for this and this reason. Well, they're really there for the oil, the heroin, to implement that central bank and have a say-so with democracy in their country. You have Russia coming in saying, hey, this is our ally, be it that it's Syria. China's allied with Russia. They all have common interests, whether it be the pipelines that they have going through the Middle East or whatever the case is. The Lord is literally bringing prophesying this prophecy becoming true by all these nations being centralized and having that one core interest in that area in the world. And that's the end times. The Lord said that these would be the end times when this stuff would happen, and it's happening before our eyes. It's been happening. Did you want to go to 13?
Yeah, brother, you can if you want to. Yeah, you can cut it off. You can cut it off.
All right.
We'll just step up after this.
Okay.
I was just gonna hit the second Ezra. This is chapter 16, verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack, and hairs be wild, your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand, and a sword is sent upon you. All right. And who may turn it back? A fire is sent upon you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may any one quench the fire in stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot from a strong archer. The mighty of Yahweh sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? And the Yahweh shall threaten, and who shall not utterly and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. All right, man. Point being, man, that once the Lord says something and puts it out there, it can't be returned, man. It can't be, you can't flip it backwards like, oh, no, well, the Lord said that he's going to do this to this people. Well, no, let's flip it backwards. No, that ain't going to happen. Now, once he says it, that's what he says. All right? You can't turn. We cannot deny the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. We cannot turn the words Lord, or the Lord of the Slakia, the word of the Lord backwards, man. Flip it around and change it up. All right? What he says is what he was saying, man. It's a big reason why, they had to do, the Bible Destruction Group came about in the first place. Right. Removing the Apocrypha from the Bible and so on and so forth. You got something more, brother? You got something you want to bring up?
Yeah, I was going to grab a sip, but I was just getting there.
All right. Go ahead, brother. I'm going to super quick. Slakia, I can bear with us.
I'll grab John chapter 4, verse 22. I'll start at 21. It says, Yahushua saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. Ye worship, ye know not what we know, what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. But the hour cometh, now is, when the true worshippers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth, for the Father seeketh such to worship him. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And that's what we're seeing now. Not only do we have these conflicts arising around the world, which is prophesied, but you also have a unified body, be it that, Lord willing, the men of GMS are those men, but there's not any other camp out there that's centralized and unified that has the same breakdown, the same understanding as what the elder apostles have brought down and above them through the Spirit, man. That's what we're seeing. We have that prophecy of warfare, that prophecy of World War III here, the chip, but you also have prophecy of the very elect Lord willing that the brothers in GMS are those men, unified. That is a prophecy into itself.
Right.
That we are gathered together in the same belief. Whether a brother is a sign holder or whether a brother is somebody that studies and is not a very good teacher, but he has different skills. He might be a great person that works with his hands. Whatever the case may be, we are witnessing a government being established, just like the scriptures say, where salvation will be for the Jews only, for his people.
Right.
Be it in this World War III, when this happens, you're going to have these so-called UFOs descending on the earth, causing mass destruction on these nations, these countries like China and Russia and America.
Right.
And they're also going to be saving the very select few of the Lord's chosen men.
And that's the scripture. That's what you have to deal with. That's what the end game is. If you want to get out of America, you got to, first and foremost, just hope and pray and have faith that you may be one of the elect, man. And Lord willing, you be chosen to get up out of here, because that's the way out. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you ain't going to shoot your way out of America. You ain't going to slash your way out of America. You're going to claw your way out of America. America going to be nuclearly destroyed, man. Everybody who got punishment coming, you're going to catch it. That's just what it is. Ourselves included, whatever punishment the Lord, decides to lay upon us, or whatever, Lord willing, we catch salvation, man. That's the whole point of the game, man. Even us ourselves.